I guess that's an RX spot. Not my best work, but it'll work. It's Cooking Llama back with another classic video. This time it's 5 in the morning. Just got back to the crib. And I just, was sitting and thinking, late at night, thinking about the state of your life. You know what I'm saying? And how low time is. And I just wanted to talk about, the effect that drugs will take upon your life. And this is a subject that, I feel like is kind of touchy, So it's like one of those things where it's like, the AC is probably blowing right in there. So I had to turn that off. But, I don't have any background noise, so it's going to fuck me up, but it's cool. And, if you've been watching the YouTube channel for a long time, you've been watching since I was, a little kid, you know what I'm saying? Not even a little kid, but 14, 15, doing whatever, Now I'm 20. Many years of, hard drug abuse later, you know what I'm saying? And, the toll that it takes upon, not even your mind, but your perception of, reality upon a day-to-day basis is something that people don't talk about. You know what I'm saying? I still have my intellectuality and, my, clear of head and, ability to, speak well, you know what I'm saying? Some people do lose that, Granted, I haven't done hard drugs. You'd say a pill head, I guess. I don't know. It's not something I like to say upon YouTube, but, based upon the contents of the video, if you didn't want to listen to what I had to say, you wouldn't have clicked on the video. You know what I'm saying? I assume the people who are watching this are probably people who, hopefully been following for a minute. I hope this, of all the videos that go viral, this isn't the one. But, the way that, after, you start out taking drugs, and you're like, well, and I even, it can be any drug in general. It can be a pill, or I'm assuming it's the same with heroin, meth, all that, shit. It's all, addicting things, you know what I'm saying? Just everybody has a drug of choice, you know what I'm saying? Some people prefer other things as to others, but, they're all addicting things that can ruin your life regardless, For me, it's I have, mental issues already, and then you mix it with drug abuse, and it just makes it worse. And it's like a ticking time bomb of anger. Other people are like a ticking time bomb of emotion. It all depends on what emotion controls the way you feel the most. You know what I'm saying? I think that a lot of people have, mental issues that are counter affected by drugs. And that's, that's common sense. Obviously, that's not the point I'm trying to get across. That's common sense. The point I'm trying to say, I don't know. I guess I was sitting and thinking, you catch somebody with some meth, okay? Put that person with the meth in prison, they get out, they're just gonna smoke more meth. You know what I'm saying? That's not the point I'm trying to, there's a lot of different points I need to get across. I'm probably gonna be jumping around here a lot, but, I've watched it from a first-person view slowly destroy me and my closest friend since my sophomore year of high school's life over the past 2 years and change. And, that'll change your perspective upon things. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not doing it. You go down the same arc as your closest friend. Both just slowly shipwrecking your lives into oblivion. Came from the same spot, same sport. D1 could essentially would have kept going D1 athletes. And you throw it all away, and you watch your homie sitting right next to you throwing it away with you. And I just said I have an epiphany. I'm like, damn, this is really turning into exactly what everybody said would happen. It's and now I find myself 20 years old, about to do a prison sentence. So, I'll get out, 21, 22, you know what I'm saying? To a year to 2 years, you know what I'm saying? I get out, then what? You know what I'm saying? And it's I just realized that, correctional system is flawed, first of all. You go to jail, prison, for crimes that you did years ago. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like a food for thought kind of thing, I suppose. You know what I'm saying? And the way that the court system tries to ambush you with charging you with so many things, you know, and then they throw a plea deal in front of your face, and it's like, well, come on, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, 2 to 4 or 5 day trial, you know, and that's, you know, and they'll do that with anybody. It's very flawed, and it's very designed for people to relapse into the same mistakes that they were making. Because you don't offer any form of, you know, what's the problem? Why is a person doing the things that they're doing? You don't never get to the bottom of that. And that's restitution. That's rehabilitation, is getting to the bottom of an issue. Not just saying, oh, go to timeout and then get out. That's like putting a kid who misbehaves, you know, you're not trying to get, not even misbehaves, you're not trying to get a hold of the problem, you know what I'm saying? Then, I don't know. It's different with all types of things, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the type of person who necessarily believes in incarceration unless for the right people, you know what I'm saying? Like, child molesters, rapists, all that need to be in prison, but, you know, you don't need to put people in prison for 25 years for wire fraud. You know what I'm saying? Like, or stealing a candy bar at the gas station. You know, why are we going to jail for that? You know what I'm saying? Like, jail's an inhumane thing, in my opinion, because of the way that, you know, it operates. Like, it's just dumb. But that's just my opinion, you know. But I guess, you know, in wake of that, and, you know, thinking about that, and, you know, the repercussions that that's going to have upon, obviously, you know, my mental state, my physical state, you know, and, you know, what's going to happen in my life. Like, you know, I don't think, you always think that, you know, something's not going to happen to you, and you do it thinking it's not going to happen to you, and then it happens to you, and it's like, oh, everybody, you know, damn. And I guess that's kind of the stage I'm at right now, is just like the damn stage, you know. And it's like you try to rescue people who are sinking, but, you know, help them swim, but the whole time I'm sinking myself, trying to help people who are sinking, and I can't even fucking swim, and I'm over here trying to pull people up because they're sinking, and I'm just falling down in the water. And I've been like that for so long, just helping people who are sinking, and I can't even swim. You know, got to get myself out the fucking quicksand before I'm trying to rescue everybody else, or I'm going to die. I'm going to die. You know, maybe not literally, but maybe. Who knows? I don't know what tomorrow's going to hold. You don't either. I don't know. Life's a weird thing. So is drug addiction. So is just the whole concept of the way everything works in at least America. Who knows the rest of the world? I never left. I don't believe anything I see. You know what I'm saying? I don't even believe myself. I guess that's kind of all I wanted to say in this video. I talked for way longer than I wanted to, 8 minutes and 30 seconds. This is the longest video I made in years, but I don't know. Think before you do things, you know? If you're young watching my video, listening to my music, probably not. I don't get hardly any views. I just do it for the love of the game. You know, 'cause I'll never give up on this YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? It's my baby. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't know. I said the last one would be the last one for a while. I kind of lied. I didn't lie intentionally. It just got pushed back, and it's April. So you live and you learn, though. Just, I don't know. There's nothing else left for me to say. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.